Hey, welcome to Fantasy Alarm TV, everybody. I'm your host, Jeff Mans, with another edition of our top 5 of the day. Today, we're going to switch gears a little bit. It's the end of May. Let's start thinking football. Let's talk fantasy football in specific. And the most intriguing players. Now we're sitting here. We got OTAs going on. We got mini camps, training camps a couple months away. Where do we stand with some of these players? So I'm going to be counting down my top 5 most intriguing fantasy football players right now. Let's begin the list with my number 5, CJ Spiller. For years, last 3 years as a matter of fact, I've been saying, could you imagine CJ Spiller if he got out of Buffalo? Could you imagine if he went to New Orleans? Could you imagine him with Sean Payton and Drew Brees in the Superdome? Yeah, and it's no longer an imagination. This is a reality in 2015. I'm very excited to see what CJ Spiller can do in this offense. Number 4, Calvin Johnson. Megatron, my latest rankings up at fantasyalarm.com. I've got Calvin Johnson 6th among wide receivers. This is a top 5 overall pick last year and the last couple of years. I just don't know where it goes. He's constantly hurt. The Lions don't pass nearly as much as they used to. It's just one of those situations where I'd rather have a healthy Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, AJ Green than Calvin Johnson at this stage. Number 3, Ryan Tannehill. Sink or swim this year, meaning, is he that upper echelon quarterback? Can he be an elite guy? Is he a Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady type? Or do we have to throw him back into the mid-level types with the Jay Cutlers of the world? This is the defining year for Ryan Tannehill. They got him some new weapons. I'm intrigued to see how he develops a rapport and some chemistry with those new receiving options. Number 2, I'm ecstatic about this guy. I don't even want to talk about him because I'm so excited about Owen Daniels going to Denver. There's 24 touchdowns in Julius Thomas that is making their way down to Jacksonville this season. It's a lot of receiving touchdowns out of a tight end for Peyton Manning's offense. Owen Daniels has played his entire career under Gary Kubiak. He's the best all-around tight end Peyton Manning has ever had, and I love him as a fantasy tight end this year. Number 1, I think we're all intrigued by Darren McFadden. That Cowboys running game, there's so many yards. There's so many fantasy points up for grabs in Dallas. I don't believe in Joseph Randall. I barely believe in McFadden. The only thing with McFadden is he has the skill to do it. He has the skill to be an all-pro, just can't stay healthy. One thing is, and statistics show everybody, number 1 way for a running back to stay healthy, not get hit. Seems pretty easy, and that's what DeMarco Murray didn't get hit last year in Dallas behind that great offensive line. That'll do it for today's top 5. Check out the playbook up at fantasyalarm.com/playbook. Go pro for only $20 a month for Fantasy Alarm TV in the top 5. This has been Jeff Mans.